Nasarawa State is not just popular because of its growing economy through agriculture, but because it has continued to maintain unmatched excellence in mining of minerals. For me, it's always a delight to bring you reports on activities happening in the state, week in, week out. This is Nasarawa Focus. I am Maria Olashendi.
Umaru Tanko Al-Makura's vision and mission as the governor of Nasarawa has always been motivated by his desire to pursue a holistic development of the state. In 2011, he hit the ground running, making concerted efforts at transforming Nasarawa from its unenviable backward status of a state lacking in the basic amenities of life. To create a modern state, he embarked on a number of projects that had given the state a new look, far better than what he met on ground. The citizens of Nasarawa have enjoyed tremendous transformation in the state under the Al-Makura administration.
I love his administration. As you can see, there are so many work that he did. Road, schools, health sector, so many things he did.
Al-Makura in the last 7 years I have done well. To look at the minimum wage, Al-Makura has increased minimum wage to 18,800 naira. If you look at the employment project in the Lake City, Al-Makura has done a lot compared to other governors. Al-Makura for the last 7 years has developed in Lake City, roads and other things.
The administration of Governor Tanko Al-Makura has performed excellently well. Infrastructurally, we can see access roads everywhere, infrastructure development, education, library. In fact, the administration performed excellently well infrastructurally, development within the state capital and outside the state capital. Virtually all the local governments of the state has witnessed massive development in this administration.
No, it cannot be measured. It is one in a time. And I am happy that on the last public occasion, the former executive governor or the first democratically elected governor of Nasarawa State referred to Governor Umaru Tanko Al-Makura as the architect of a new Nasarawa State. And when you say a thing like that, it is imbued with a lot of meanings. It is capable of so much definition. New Nasarawa State in terms of development, in terms of carrying people along, in terms of doing the good that people are supposed to. You listen to him, he listens to you, he takes care of problems, except for those that are not available to him.
I've been immodest. The leadership of Tanko Al-Makura have really reached out to the people at the grassroots and have transformed the lives of the people. Because what you need is to provide the infrastructure, and that we have done. You could see the smiles on the face of our people in the rural areas. They can access urban township. They can bring their farm produce to the market, and their children could go to school. Not just school but school with good infrastructures, where you have learning facilities available for pupils to use. So we have done what any government is expected to do, and that Tanko Al-Makura have been able to provide to the people of Nasarawa State.
Everyone is clamoring for the governor to serve the state in another capacity to enable them continue to enjoy his vision and unique style of leadership. As the 2019 general election draws near, a group, TAL Grassroots Network, urged Governor Al-Makura to go for the southern senatorial seat of the state. Leader of the group, Abubakar Tanko, said the endorsement was prompted by Al-Makura's giant strides in the state.
By the performance of the governor, what he has been doing for the state and what he's also doing for the state in the areas of rural infrastructure, developmental, projects. We felt this is the only way we can show our appreciation to him.
Even though I have not made any declaration yet, even though the procedure and processes have not been embarked upon, but before they are coming, I can remember when chairman of all the local government within the zone, party chairman, came to present letters urging me to contest. And today, the TAN network, grassroots network, under the leadership of these distinguished gentlemen who have made their names in the politics of Nasarawa State. There's no part of Nasarawa you would mention any of the leaders that have come on behalf of the group that people would not know their pedigree and commitment to the progress of Nasarawa State. They have done it before at different platforms. They are doing it now all under our most cherished party, the APC. I must say, this is a call I cannot ignore.
The group presented a functional campaign vehicle, T-shirts and other materials to the governor at the government house in Lafia. For more than 2 years now, this is how the governor has been receiving calls from the citizens and APC faithful in Nasarawa to prepare to serve the people of the state at the Senate after his governorship tenure ends. On June the 27th, Nasarawa State Governor Tanko Al-Makura finally answered the clarion call of members of the All Progressives Congress for him to run for the seat of the senator representing the southern zone of the state. Due to the persistent calls by party faithful, the governor embarked on consultations and finally declared his intention to run. Al-Makura made the declaration at the inauguration ceremony of newly elected party executives in Lafia, and he got a unanimous endorsement from the party as its sole candidate.
People have appealed to me, have tried to convince me, have tried to spur me into getting attracted with the aspiration for the Senate of Nasarawa South Senatorial Zone. After careful consideration and listening to voices of reason, voices of critical stakeholders, people I respect, people I have come along with, particularly like Senator Adamu, like my deputy governor, like my chairman of party, and virtually all stakeholders of the party within this senatorial zone. I, Al-Makura, do hereby accept the yearnings of my people and appeal and also encouragement of the people of Nasarawa South Senatorial District to throw my hat in the ring to contest the office of senator.
Party leaders in the state urged other officials to work towards the victory of all its aspirants, regardless of their religious and tribal affiliations.
We thank Governor Tanko Al-Makura. Today, you will not be party chairman, you will not be party secretary, you will not be members of the working committee. And so let no one claim credit or deceive you that he facilitated you being party chairman or you being member of the working committee.
This is kick-starting 2019. Because you here, you are going to bear the burden of leadership of this party. You are going to help all our aspirants, from President Buhari down the ladder, to take our flag to every nook and cranny of Nasarawa State.
The officials assured of their unflinching support for the governor and for other aspirants of the APC.
I want to thank you most sincerely for the way you have led this party, the way you have led this state. Ab initio, people do not understand you, neither did they understand your style. All kind of things were being insinuated and said, but eventually, when the people started seeing the wonders that you started churning out, that is why today you have completely killed PDP in Nasarawa State.
I am one of the happiest persons on hearing at the inauguration of the state ESCO when our amiable governor accepted our clarion calls on him, which had been on for the past 1.5 years, for him to accept to contest or vie for the Senate senatorial seat of the Nasarawa South. So we are highly happy for this acceptance from him, and it is a welcome development to each and every person, not even in Nasarawa South, but the whole of Nasarawa State.
As a matter of fact, I now appreciate, when we went for the delivery of relief materials to some IDPs in Kadarko specifically, a certain pastor that was invited to pray for the occasion now referred to the governor as a son of God. And if somebody has performed so wonderfully to be referred to as a son of God, it tells a lot. It is imbued with a lot of meanings, and I think it is just fair, if not for any form of political discrimination, acrimonies and the rest of them. I think it's just fair to just say, look, give him honor post.
He's eminently qualified to run for that position. Some of us have been urging him to do so. And today, I want to tell you categorically clear that it is for Al-Makura to take, because he has performed above average and he has reached out to the people. It will be a disservice to the people of this central district for Al-Makura to say he won't contest for the position of the Senate. And what we have seen in the last 7 years, perhaps there should be a continuity on what we have seen and what we are seeing. And the only way Al-Makura could monitor and ensure that the policies are sustained is for him to be somewhere where he will be able to guide and direct the affairs of things, not interfering in governance on a daily basis, but at least he's somewhere within the system and he'll be able to provide meaningful advice. We've seen that in other states, and it has worked in other states, and we believe that we can replicate same in Nasarawa State.
The declaration of Governor Al-Makura and being the consensus candidate of the APC has stirred the hornet's nest as the battle to capture the 5 local government areas of Obi, Lafia, Kena, Doma and Awe has begun. In Nigeria, the infant and maternal mortality is still on the high side, especially in the northern part of the country. This is so because most women prefer using the traditional birth attendants rather than the conventional hospitals for delivery. Sometimes even those who wish to use the conventional hospitals are deterred by the crowd.
Using traditional birth attendants, otherwise called TBA, for managing women that have uncomplicated pregnancies. This is mostly because of the fact that most women are rural in nature and they tend to listen to women of their kind. Also, not many of them are located within the cities. In a state that has a population of almost 1.8 million people, of which more than up to 700,000 of them are women, and most of them get pregnant. And one hospital located in the center may not be able to take care of them.
Traditional birth attendants, or TBAs as they are known, are mostly unskilled, and sometimes they use contaminated equipment on the women, which results in infections and often lead to untimely death. It is this anomaly that the Mother and Child Care Enhancement Foundation has set out to correct in Nasarawa State.
And the biggest thing we do is about the child health, maternal child health. And that is why we are here to tell you that we are soliciting with the government of Nasarawa State, under your leadership, Excellency, to see that our mothers, especially at our communities, are well looked after, especially giving birth to the newborn babies. And here seated are some of our nurses. They all know about the TBS, and they will tell you more about it.
Our thinking has gone through a direction of training 1,000 TBS, which we have cut across the ratio of 77 TBS per local government, to train them in 4 segments. And this training, we've seen a challenge where the strategies we're going to adopt is going to make a clustering. So we want to cluster these TBS to the facilities you have built in Nasarawa State, and that is why we're here to solicit for your support, solicit for your intervention and your kind gesture.
The Nasarawa State government sees this as a laudable initiative and offers to partner with the non-governmental organization.
Very happy, especially when I see a corporate participation like the Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the IHVN, and also very committed, experienced professionals in the delivery sector. These are matrons, and I believe if they drive the process, this NGO, this initiative will go a long way in supporting the government to realize its targets, and also in supporting the people out there in our community. I'm also very excited when your coordinator was talking about taking statistics and data. It is very, very important. This is what Nasarawa State is very mindful about. We are concerned about digitalizing our administration, getting to know the population of different segments of people. That will help decisions and policies that will be targeted successfully towards such category of people. On this note, I want to congratulate Your Excellency for creating this initiative, and also your intention to invite the Nigeria's First Lady to grace the occasion of the commencement of this project. I want to assure you that I will be fully behind you to support you, and also to encourage our First Lady to come here for the commission of this pet project. I am very, very confident and optimistic that it will be successful, because one can see your office is already built with all the facilities that will enhance training and retraining of this category of people.
It's coming timely, and it will be achievable because the NGO of the wife of the executive governor is training 1,000 TBAs. And how we're going to go about it to be sustainable and to be achievable is through capacity building. You know, we have to train them first. After we give them the skills, then we will be able, as an NGO, they will be able to support with mama kits, because you cannot train and just allow them go. And we ensure strict monitoring and evaluation. We are going to monitor at the beginning of the project where we are before the intervention. Then at the end of the project or at the end of the training, we are going to come back to evaluate to see how far we have gone. But as a starting point, we have to get where they are. We have to look around to get the data of the TBS in the state. What have they been doing before we come along about the training and other things. The TBS, we already identified them from the beginning. This is not starting from now. It has been started since last year, and we've identified them from each local government, which we have the data. Now it's for us to enroll the real implementation of the program.
That's where we draw the curtains of this week's edition of Nasarawa Focus. It has been a pleasure to have you join us on this one. I am Maria Olasheinde. Thanks for watching. Goodbye from Lafia.